Okay, look here. I'm going to catch some heat for this.
Oh.
I didn't like it.
And the following podcast is scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MACKDOWN Podcast. Starring any combination of the following. Introducing Mikey MacD, Mr. B, A.J. Mitchell, Cam, and Kimmy. It's the MACKDOWN Podcast.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni.
That sounds so horrible. Hot dogs and bologna.
Chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homie.
You the bleeding. You the dead. D-E-D dead.
Now you're bleeding.
Nobody makes me bleed.
Boom, 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 boom.
I lost.
That's some of the
I
funny
lost the reference.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
It's one of the funniest videos ever. It's like on YouTube, but it's someone put, so like the main character from Grand Theft Auto,
Okay.
he's driving around, but he's driving a piano.
Oh yeah, you sent it to me.
Yes,
This-
and that's
that's
the
what you're
song.
talking about?
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
And now you're bleeding.
Yes. If I could shoot into the sky.
He's like, blick, black, gack,
Oh,
gack.
there it is.
I'll shoot you in the neck.
They're hearing us.
Oh, shit. That's great.
This is how we do it. Mikey's leading us, and yes, he is.
We're fucking back.
And better than ever.
Still no video, of course.
Nope.
It's okay. Nobody makes me see my own face.
Nobody.
What up, everybody? Welcome back. It's another edition of the MACKDOWN Podcast, episode number 36.
Ooh.
It's almost as old as I am, really.
Ooh.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no shit.
Still not as old as Mr. B. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Specialist
Specialist
Bennett. Ladies and gentlemen. We'll go into that in a second because we've had a lot of name changes, right?
There
New-
was a
new
lot of changes,
introductions.
man. Yeah, there was a lot of changes this week. We'll get into that later, though. But, yeah, we're back with episode 36. We took a little one-week hiatus. It's WrestleMania week, man. We got to give ourselves at least 1 week break. You know what I'm saying? Give ourselves a week to party a little bit, hang
I got
out.
kids.
I mean, Christmas is another one we could.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's my birthday.
Maybe
Fuck
those
your
will be the special ones if we can get some in the tank. You know what I mean?
Your birthday.
We'll get some shits in the tank and then throw them in there.
Some shits in the tank.
Well, I mean, with as much wrestling as we watch in a week, we kind of had to take the WrestleMania off as it's 2 whole days.
Yeah, it was 2
Yeah, it
nights.
was
There's no way we would have been
It
able to
was
review it.
10 hours of wrestling on Friday or on Saturday by itself. 10. No, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say
There was 12 hours of wrestling collectively through the day. It started at 10 a.m. and didn't end. It started at 10 a.m. our time, and didn't end till almost 11 o'clock our time.
Well, yeah, if you're
Well, there
talking
was a
pre-show
break,
and all
so,
that.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, there was a break called the bump. You know.
Yeah.
Shit, the way this was sounding, we might have needed to take a bump. The way we needed much wrestling that was going on this week. Jesus.
like, speaking of, let me drink my coffee.
Yeah, let me drink some of this coffee. Anyway, Mike, you want to bring us in? Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Well, while I was gonna say we got everybody in studio this week again, as always. To my right, we got Mr. A.J. Mitchell.
How you doing over there, people over there in the wild world? I'm here. How you doing?
We got Mr. B across the way, Specialist
Bennett.
Yes.
B.
Yes.
B.
Specialist Bennett.
We just call him B.
Or B, yeah.
What up, B?
What up, B?
and then across the table we got Kimmy.
What up? I'm
What?
still just Kimmy. I'm still just myself.
No name change this week?
Not this week.
I'm not gonna
I
call
might
you just
consider it next week. But
Kimmy
we'll see.
M. Cam. We'll call you Cam.
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 I mean, her initials, she could be the new Cam.
I am KAM.
KAM.
That's my initials.
Oh, we don't tell people everything here.
I'm Kimmy and Cam. That's it. I'm taking over this corner.
Kim Cam. It's Kim Cam. And of course, we got the one, the only, the MD.
That's me.
That's Mikey MD over there.
Well, speaking of a lot of wrestling, they did kick it off. Of course, well, everything was WrestleMania that last week with WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania fucking SmackDown. We're not even going to talk about those. Then we had WrestleMania itself. But before that, after the WrestleMania SmackDown,
The WrestleMania SmackDown did actually have some good stuff in there. I mean, I know you want to.
Andre the Giant,
Memorial
in Battle
there,
Royal.
and of course my favorite championship in the whole wide world.
Not that exact one, but
well,
yes.
not that belt, not that
exact
not
one.
that replica.
Yeah, whatever the hell that is.
Whatever the hell that is. But yeah, there was an Intercontinental title match on there as well. Give it up to Ricochet.
Give it up to Ricochet.
He's on my team now. We'll talk about that later.
But yeah, that was too much of that already.
Yep.
Just that, yeah, because WrestleMania SmackDown, WrestleMania Raw, it was like the go homes. Nobody did it, whatever. But getting into that, what really kicked off WrestleMania was the Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Yes.
And you know what? They were all pretty good, man. Steiner started it off. You know, you couldn't really understand what Scott was saying, which, you know, that was to be expected.
Hey, you gave him a live mic, man. You know what I mean? I'm glad you didn't understand what he was saying, because guess what? If he would have been the big bad booty daddy that we knew back and before.
Big Papa Bump.
Yeah, if we would
Dude, he
got
kind of
that.
just took over the fucking speech, though. He's like, and me, and I'm going to say more stuff, and me,
Yeah.
and me.
Yeah, Rick had to like.
I know, it's like, hey,
But you know, don't forget Kayla. Shout out to Kayla and her dumb ass. I'm sorry. You know what? I was
Dude.
giving Kayla props, but when she said that Braun introduced her uncles into his uncles into the Hall of Fame, come on, Kayla.
I'm like, his uncles, you
Come
dumbass?
on,
Like,
she
you
was
mean his
on,
uncle and dad?
Yeah. Yeah, she
I
she
get
was
it.
nervous. It
I
was
get
live.
it. It's live. It's your first. It's your big WrestleMania moment, I guess. So
Well,
you know what I mean. So
gotta sink or
there it is.
swim, and
Sink or swim.
Well, the big moment of the week going from the Hall of Fame was The Undertaker, of course.
yes.
Undertaker. Well, thank you, Taker. First of all,
Yeah, thank you, Taker.
you definitely did. I'm gonna thank him for everything except for one thing, and you know what my gripe is. It should be everybody's gripe.
It's
at
probably
this table.
everybody's gripe, yeah.
And you know what, Taker? I got to give you on a scale of 1 to 100, you got a 95. And here's what you lost 5 points for. Mick Foley. Come on, Taker. What
How do you
happened?
not mention his name?
Not once.
You mentioned Bret Hart. You mentioned fucking everybody.
Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior.
Yeah, he mentioned all that. The Dead Man, the Big Evil. Mentioned all those things. But he didn't mention what... I mean, it's not...
It transitioned
think-
to character, bro.
Do you
It
think the Hell in
transitioned
the
to
Cell...
character.
Yeah, do you think that Hell in the Cell match is kind of like his hallmark moment in WWE?
I'll make you famous. I mean, he pretty much... That was the opening. It's one of the most
Both, maybe.
memorable things in wrestling.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
dude.
it's up there with Andre being slammed.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the everything. It's everywhere.
It's there. When Mick got thrown off of that shit, that was a pivotal point in wrestling. And that, like I said, it transitioned. Mick helped transition the Undertaker's character out of the old school Undertaker when he came with the gray gloves and that murder. I'm literally gonna say he was murdering
Yeah.
people.
Mick had to take him to another level.
Right, Mick stepped that up to make him look like, okay, we knew you were legit. You already had the championship under your belt. We knew you were the dead man. We knew all that. But that match with Mick kind of made it seem like,
It cemented his legacy,
dude, you could have retired right there and been known
and that was
forever.
amazing because Mick was getting like walked to the back, and he's like, "No, fuck this! I'm going back to finish
No,
this match."
He wasn't walked to the back.
Well,
he was stretcher.
You know what I'm saying, though. Being
yeah.
brought to the back,
Yeah,
basically.
he was
He
being-
came back
yeah.
like, no, and then that iconic shot with him smiling with his tooth out, even though he wasn't really smiling.
Right, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, just to get choke slammed through that, you see the stuff just being the cage just buckling underneath them as they're walking. I mean, you got
Dude, it was
300
zip
pounds.
got It was like zip ties and
Yeah.
like those little metal ties,
You got
dude. They were
300 you got
snapping
600
everywhere.
You got 650 pounds just walking on a damn, frail
Yeah.
little thing. And then, of course, he gets chokeslammed through it. And we know the whole story, the thumbtacks and the lights on, nobody's home, still tombstone him. And still at the end of that, still had the nerve to look like he was still trying to kick out.
Yeah,
Mick,
dude.
you know what? Taker didn't say thank you, but we will say thank you.
Yeah,
for making that.
Think about how many people he's actually made, and I'm not going to say he made the Undertaker because Undertaker was, like you said, already established. However, that was
elevated
the hallmark moment, dude. And then he elevated fucking Hunter to that next level.
Elevated Kane,
Randy to the next level.
Elevated Kane.
Elevated Edge. Elevated all these motherfuckers, dude.
Rock.
Like,
Dude,
his
he's the
Rock,
hardcore
the
fighter.
chair
Oh my
from
God.
hell.
How can we forget all about Rock? Like, I mean, I know we didn't turn this into. We know Mick is in the Hall of Fame already and all that
Right.
good stuff, properly deserved. But Taker, yeah, you see how Mick just took over the conversation in your Hall of Fame? That's
Yeah,
how
dude.
important he is to your career, bro.
100%.
So even if you sent out a tweet, we know we were a week late, $1 short, and 2 days later.
hopefully he called him.
But hopefully he called.
Hopefully
him.
called
Even
the
if you
man,
give
yeah.
him the personal thank you, you don't have to do it publicly. Yes, you should do it publicly. I'm gonna go back. But Taker, next time, there won't be a next time. But
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah, thank you, Mick. You're the
Thank
man.
you, Mick,
You're the
yes.
fucking man, Mick.
you're the man, Mick. We give you your props right here at MACKDOWN Podcast, and all you guys out there too. Comment, tell them. Tell them. That's right. Make sure you definitely hashtag, Mick, thank you. Hashtag Mick, everything you can do for Mick. Because you know what? He did a great job. And as I said before, our fans, make sure you comment, you subscribe, you like.
Yeah, man.
And you let us know your appreciation for Mick Foley as well and what he meant to you in the Undertaker career. And you can always do that at MACKDOWN Podcast.
Yes, you can. All right. Well, speaking of the MACKDOWN podcast, let's get into what we're doing this week. We're going to throw the ball to that certain yard over there.
Oh, it's that time. Dun, dun, dun. R&Rbbq. You guys are located in Littleton. You guys make the best breakfast brisket burrito I've ever had in my life. You guys have that jalapeno salsa. I just have to throw you guys out there. I'll make sure that we mention you guys more often. And you know what? I'll bring some down for the crew as well.
We just ate dinner, but I'm already
Yeah, we
hungry
just
now.
ate dinner. Yeah, I'm telling you, they gave me burnt ends, bro. They gave me burnt ends, eggs, bacon, and cheddar cheese with jalapeno salsa. So just quick shout out to them. You can follow them. You can we'll link everybody. Everybody will be linked.
It'll be in the
Eventually
bio.
you'll be able to see that. So thank you out to them. Now that we're back to AJ's yard, it has been a crazy weekend. Like I always say, from Raw to Rampage and everything in between, we here at the MACKDOWN Podcast appreciate you. And appreciate the fact that this week was WrestleMania 38, baby. WrestleMania. So WrestleMania 38, all the highlights, the matches of the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. We dive into all the excitement of both WrestleMania nights and all the post-drama that happened all throughout the week. Plus, we're going to throw a little shout out to AEW because you guys did you know what? I'm just going to say it. You guys brought that shit to compete with one of the biggest shows in all of wrestling. So shout out to you guys at AEW, but more shout out to you guys at the WWE because you guys killed it. WrestleMania was awesome. We're going to jump into that. We're also going to jump into fantasy. We were off last week and a big thing happened. We got our shake-up. We have a new fantasy champion.
And new.
Oh my God, my heart just palpitated a little bit about that. But we'll jump into all of that with the fantasy. We're going to give our big 4 takeaways. We got a lot to cover this week. All that and more right here on the MACKDOWN Podcast. Back to us right here in studio.
It's a great week. Yes, it is. Down.
Big time stuff happening. Big time stuff happening. So let's just jump right into it.
WrestleMania.
Yes, WrestleMania. WrestleMania 2-night event. The most stupendous WrestleMania of all time, being capped off with the biggest match in all of wrestling, in my opinion. All of wrestling. Roman Reigns, your current, reigning, defending, Universal Heavyweight Champion versus the current, reigning, defending, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar. These two unstoppable forces met one-on-one and blew the roof off of the building. Guys, let's just jump right in. WrestleMania Night 1. What do you guys? Go.
That's my takeaway of the whole weekend. I mean, of course, it's Brock and Roman. It's the biggest match ever
Of course,
at WrestleMania.
Brock and Roman. Yes, that was the culmination. But Night 1 had to happen first. You want to go through the card for Night 1 real quick? Anybody got it up real fast? We'll jump through real fast.
I don't have the card in order in which it happened or
No?
anything
Okay.
like that.
Well, night one, of course, had your main event of night one being the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin. He went one-on-one in first a promo match with Kevin Owens, then a real match with Kevin Owens. That, my opinion, was one of the biggest pops I've heard in a long time.
Stone Cold, man.
We'll jump right into the main event and we'll work our way
the
backwards.
benchmark.
What did you take away from that match? I mean, 19 years, bro.
Dude, I mean, obviously, okay, look here. I'm going to catch some heat for this.
Oh.
I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. You know, I could care less to see Stone Cold in the ring anymore. It didn't do anything for him. If anything, this was the Attitude Era's, like, legit fucking swan song, like, we're done, moving on to the next. You're not going to see us here anymore.
So this
Triple H is retired. Fucking Undertaker's retired. Stone Cold came back, gave Vince the whole stunner, did the whole thing. Like, we got it one last time. That was kind of like their
you unpackaged
off to the sunset.
You unpackaged a lot in that statement, bro.
That's-
I mean,
yeah,
yes.
I mean-
So we got Hunter retired. Yes, definitely. It was
happened
great.
night two.
It was great. It was great seeing Hunter just in general. I mean, he did look a little thinner than the Hunter I'm used to seeing. You can definitely tell there's been, a dramatic change. But Hunter retiring. Yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kevin Owens. I mean, I get what you're saying, bro. The match was a little.
Like, it's cool. It's cool for KO. I'm really happy for KO that he got that moment. He deserves it. It's very like
It's nostalgic. It's
for
nostalgic.
him too.
Yes.
But here's the thing. We heard that glass break, dude. We all fucking lost our shit, just like we always do. And it was all. I'm not gonna say it was all downhill from there, but it's like,
it started off very slow.
very slow. Like what's
Very
happening?
slow.
Where's it going?
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
here's the funny part. Stone Cold came out 3 hours and 16 minutes into the show.
Aw.
For
If
real?
you go back and watch it, 3
That's
hours, 16
hilarious,
minutes
dude.
into
God
the show,
damn it.
Stone Cold comes
That had
out.
to be planned, right?
That had to definitely be planned. So that's first and foremost. Here's the deal. Yes, it was nostalgic. It was fun seeing. You can tell in the beginning of the match, my man was blown up.
Sky high. Dude.
Like, he then got it when he hit the barricade and everything like that. It started to come together. But, yeah, Stone Cold, Kevin Owens, I definitely think Kevin Owens got the rub that he needed. And here's the crazy part about saying that he needed. Kevin Owens is already established, yes. He's been champion, he's done all this other stuff. But he's been on a super slope downward. In the sense, see, even phones agree with me. He's been in a super slope downward that has put him in a position to where he's gonna either fizzle out and be pushed down the card, where it's gonna be like that whole Ric Flair situation. You remember that Ric Flair after he lost the title in 92, 93? It's like, you're gonna re-mid card or go somewhere else. Well, what Stone Cold decided to do was he decided to go ahead and take the initiative and just like do exactly what I would do in that
Not turn this
situation
off.
and put himself in a better position at the end of this. You know what I mean? Take the little butt whipping from Stone Cold, take the quote unquote humiliation, but you're still putting the main event spot.
I don't think it had anything to do with that. I think they just really wanted Stone Cold on their
Yeah,
show and had
exactly.
figured out a way to get him on there.
I mean,
I don't think it has anything with giving a rub to KO. Like, yeah and no, because it was like, oh, Stunner versus Stunner. However, like,
Yeah, I wasn't. Like I said, it was nostalgic for me. Not really a huge fan of Stone Cold wrestling anymore. Like, okay, cool, but there's.
Plus, like the 40,000 beers at the end was just like,
Oh,
okay.
man. What was
and
the
then he
over-under
wins,
for that?
You know, it's like, and then he wins. Like, he should have.
He shoulda
KO
lost.
should have fucking beat him, dude.
Yeah, he should have given him the
You
Stunner.
know?
He should have beat him. Passing of the quote unquote Stunner torch.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude,
And look,
well-
like I said, I don't hate it. It was very nostalgic. It was very cool. But yeah, drinking the beers and everything, it was fun. But like, honestly, dude, they should have been where Becky and Bianca was,
Well, what
in
they
my
did-
opinion. Or
what
so
they-
they should have started it. One of the two.
Yeah, started the show, I think, would have probably been a better thing for him, especially if they were going to bring him in night two.
Yeah.
Go ahead, specialist B.
Well, what I was going to say is, the second night with him on, that was better. Because
Yes.
more entertainment.
Yes, I agree.
And fucking McAfee just made it look so awesome.
He's the man.
Wait till we get to that, because
Yeah.
Pat McAfee. I'll continue this, but yes, Pat
But
McAfee.
yeah.
No, I agree.
I definitely agree as well. So, with that being said, any other takeaways from night one? Let's see. We got the
Yeah.
Cody
the
and
Drew.
Seth, dude.
This is Cody and Seth. Go
All
ahead.
right, I guess we'll go there. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Which
Kid.
one
No,
do you go-
no.
which one do you
Cody
wanna
and
go
Seth's
to?
cool. We're just kind of working our way from the echelon backwards. Is how I feel. So
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Cody Rhodes is now in the WWE. The rumor
Yeah, he
is
is.
true.
Yep.
We got to see.
We kind of knew, though, you know.
Yes, we did. We got to see all of it. I think it was a great pop. I think that Cody came out. We knew, but then when we saw, we were like, oh, it was almost still a surprise, but it was like a surprise we knew was coming, and it was great.
Yeah.
Cody definitely. I say the match overall on a scale of 1 to 10 was on a scale of 1 to 5. Excuse me. I definitely give the match 4 stars, hands down. You know, there were a couple of spots in there that were a little, it's Cody and Seth, and it's been a minute for Cody, so I get it.
I think they did a good job.
But I think overall
Yeah.
they did a great job.
They
Told a
had-
great
they had
story.
Me. Yeah, they had me in the match the whole time. I was invested.
yeah, I agree.
Cody can work his ass off, man.
Cody can definitely
Cody
work,
can fucking
bro.
go, dude. I don't know. There's kind of people that are bitching about his next step here in the WWE, but we can get to that too. What'd you think?
I mean, I liked it. I mean, I was like, we all said shocked that he moved back to WWE, but it makes sense because if he's trying to be like the best of the best and have the type of history and things that his dad did, then this is going to cement himself with a historical moment for WWE.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
gave a shout out to his dad too with the elbow. I love it.
Yeah, you
Find
did.
it. Find it.
I did laugh though because he's like, there's not just one royal family and
There's not
Yeah,
just
there's
one
not just
royal
one.
family in wrestling.
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, that's kind of cool. I get
I
it.
love
He's trying
that.
to cement his legacy. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, Dusty was the booker for a long time in
Yeah.
NWA and WCW. Like,
Taking
So-
it to Vinny Sr. So
yeah. Shout out to Dusty.
Yeah, it was a great match overall. I feel like I
Yeah.
like that he kept the same music and gimmick and all that stuff. And
That's what I was most surprised about because I was like, I'm expecting Cody, but how are they going to present Cody?
Homelander, we got the Homelander, so that's good.
yeah, it was
Not
good.
yet. Not yet. That could be a thing.
Yeah,
though.
he's not face. He's not a.
Well,
he's not
yeah.
a heel.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a heel for a while either.
Probably
you never
not.
know.
We'll see. We'll see. I think he's a better heel the way he presents himself, especially like now with the neck tattoo and all this and that. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he is taking on the Miz this Monday, so I think that's going to be a pretty good start.
No Brandy though.
No Brandy. Well, she's
She's brandless.
she's brandless. I like that. Look at look at Specialist
Chief
B over
Brandless
there.
Officer.
Chief Brandless Officer.
Damn. Chief Brandless. Outside of that match there, what else did we have night one that struck your fancy?
So I will say I liked how all the tag teams matched.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
fucking Boogs and Nakamura looked amazing together, which sorry for Boogs.
Sorry,
and
Boogs.
him flexing so hard that he ripped his goddamn muscle
Dude, that
off the
shit- that
bone.
was- funny as
Hashtag get well soon, Boogs.
Yeah, hashtag get well soon.
Get well soon, Boogs.
Because you're awesome.
Talk with Triple H. She'll tell you what to do.
Definitely.
dude. Yeah, no shit, right? He came back from 2 of them.
Yeah, you watch that
Crazy.
shit and you just hear, you're like, oh!
Ooh, yeah, and you see it roll up and everything, dude. Ah,
Yeah, but that was a good match. I like how they matched. I even like fucking Miz and
Miz and Paul
dude,
Logan.
that's what
bro.
I'm saying, dude.
Or
Everyone did a
Logan
really
Paul.
good fucking job
Logan
with
Paul,
their
excuse me.
dude. Everyone's fucking gear for
Yeah,
night one.
everybody's
Bianca
gear.
was fucking awesome. Like even Becky
Becky-
Lynch looked fucking awesome.
Becky came out looking like Nefem Nikita mixed with a little bit of the.
She looked badass,
Lilu,
dude.
Lilu from
Badass.
She was
from,
badass
from
looking.
Fifth Element in the face and
Yeah.
everything. You know, some anime shit going on there,
Dude,
yeah,
I think Logan Paul to me was the best celebrity wrestler we have had so far to
Slash
date.
other sports.
He came out and looked like a star, dude. He looked like he looked the part.
Yep.
He was good in the ring, I thought, like really good, man.
Overall, yes, I definitely agree with that.
I would like to see him in a long-term spot, dude. He could be a great heel, you know what I mean? He's already got,
Well, I don't know
All
if they're
the
gonna
heat.
make him a heel though, because the Miz turned on him and stuff.
We'll see.
I think
so
he might be a babyface because even when they were in Ohio prior to WrestleMania, they,
They
were talking
cheering
about
him a little bit.
well, they were, but then Miz started talking shit about how Ohio's a piece of shit. No one wants to be there, and you could see Paul
You
in the
win
background like,
champions after
I
Yeah,
don't
he's kinda like, I don't
necessarily
agree with that.
So I mean, they're trying to maybe babyface him a little, but anyway, I just like everyone's gear was just fucking awesome because that's always
Yeah.
one of my bitches is like let's put random people together and they don't look alike,
Yeah.
but they did a really really good job with that. I
And
thought.
was the women's tag team title match on for night one?
No,
Or
that
that
was
was
night two.
Night
but
two,
the Charlotte
Ronda.
Ronda match was on night one, which
both
was
women's titles actually were on
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I thought the Bianca match and all that was really good as well.
That was
I'm
my
happy she
favorite
won.
match of the whole night, to be honest with you.
Dude, and her
Pretty good.
entrance was fucking awesome as
That
fuck.
was a great
with
entrance
the marching band.
Yes,
and her
love that.
outfit was fucking sweet.
Shout out to her and her husband because that looked like it was a little collab right there.
It
with
was real
Street
cute.
Profits, how Montel normally comes out with that.
He's got it, or she's got to be making their gear, I would imagine, right? She does her
probably
own.
does. Yeah, she
so
definitely does.
why wouldn't she do theirs?
Definitely
That'd be cool. I would love to see that as a little package one day. Maybe those three get together and
Heal it out. Because remember, she was a heel when she started.
look, man. When that happens, when
man.
Montez decides to break off and him and Bianca are a thing, I think they could be a real ass power couple in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I think because Montez Ford, dude, he is a fucking
He's a
megastar
star.
waiting to happen. Like he's
pretty athletic.
in the cocoon right now. Yeah,
He's in the cocoon.
Dude, and he's
He
so
is.
good on the mic. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
He brings the
He can get it-
smoke.
yeah,
or
he can-
Yeah, he
wants the
does.
smoke.
He brings it and he wants it. He wants it and he brings it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, once that happens, that's gonna be a straight up power couple, dude. Mark my words.
Mark my words. But
Mark
yeah, that
them.
was all for night one. But I thought night one was the best of the although
I agree.
Brock and Roman was on night two, I think that night one was the best day of WrestleMania day one, day two.
From start to finish.
It kept me entertained.
Yeah.
It was all fucking new and fresh. Everyone had new shit. Like everyone looked cool and different. I loved
Yeah.
it. I thought it was really, really good.
I agree. It felt like it felt big time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they finally
Definitely.
made it. You know, like I said, it wasn't big time. You know what it was? It was stupendous.
Yeah.
Definitely was a great women's match, you said, with Ronda and Charlotte. I love the spots. Charles Robinson, hands down to you, Lil Nate. You still taking him, man, at like 156 because you
Dude.
old as fuck. You
I'm
still
ready
taking
for
him.
Yeah, I
Ronda to
remember
just
watching
go
him
away.
in WCW.
You ready for Ronda to go away?
Yeah, bye
Dude,
bye.
fuck,
Leave.
man, I don't want her around at all.
You saw her training with Shayna. I mean, maybe they do something special.
I'm gonna say like Jade, I'm
Look.
tired of all these fucking MMA bitches coming in here thinking that they can
Ooh.
fucking
Yeah, thinking that
be in
there's
this
something.
business.
Yeah.
Kimmy looking for that smoke right now.
Hey, man,
She
it's
looking for
true
that
though, dude.
smoke.
She's just annoying as fuck, and she's bad at wrestling. She just
Her
She just
promos
does
suck.
MMA fighting. That's
Okay,
all
so
she's
I
Yeah,
doing.
she just
I
punch,
definitely
punch.
agree 100%. She needs promo class horribly
Dude.
bad, bro.
And facials.
Like Vince,
Yes.
Fucking
so
facial.
stoic.
like if Vince had to do promo class again himself, that needs to be his first student.
Yeah.
Because she is just, I mean, it's terrible. She doesn't know when to stop when the fans are like.
She's
there's certain
just too like it's just too fake. It's too.
well,
fake,
no, it's not
man.
even that. She's too real. She's really too much of herself, and it's
I don't
becoming.
even
you know,
think that's the case either.
Well,
It's
here's what
just
I-
her delivery, man. She's
That's what I
just
mean.
so like blah.
And that's her. That's the real Ronda Rousey. The
Oh.
real Ronda Rousey is blah. The only reason why Ronda was such a badass because she didn't have to say anything. She did it all by tapping people out. Now you need this character Ronda Rousey to go in there and speak. No,
Dude, and she's
Ronda
not
needs-
evolved at all.
Right,
She's
Ronda-
been the same the
Ronda,
whole time.
Ronda needed a mouthpiece from the beginning. If Paul Heyman wanted to come out with an MMA stable, that would have been crazy. Like he's just like, hey, I got number MMA athletes. Like if he
Dude.
would have got Cain Velasquez to come in there and team with, well, Cain is.
I was gonna
something
say
else,
that yeah.
but if he would have came in like under the Brock Lesnar, the Paul Heyman line, brought him, all these people, and then Roman would eventually, it could have just been that whole chain of command of that chain of command of owning that MMA type of, you could
Yeah,
have
like
gave
the
a gimmick,
top team or
yeah,
whatever.
like
it
America's
is.
Top Flight, yeah, but yeah, now it's just become a point where it's like some of these MMA wrestlers, with the exception of Shayna, who's doing it right.
Yeah.
Because it looks like Shayna took her time. She's like, hey, I want to get into this, but I want to know what I'm getting into.
I don't know. Even our buddy that was here that doesn't even watch wrestling, when she came out, he's like, her music doesn't really match
No.
what's going on, like with her outfit and like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I know.
I'm not trying to get into my reputation.
Yeah. He's like, I like the song, but like, why? It makes no fucking
He's
sense.
like, no.
They did have a good match. I mean, Charlotte presented herself as a star like always.
Yeah.
Charlotte's
Charlotte
the greatest of all time,
She
dude.
is the GOAT. The
and
female.
she's already 13-time champion, and then she
ain't even in
retained
her prime
again,
right now.
dude.
She's not even in her prime.
I'll say she's starting to get in her prime right
Yeah.
now. She's
right in the groove, man.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. She's
How old is
in
she
it
now?
like
Like 30?
she's probably our age, 35, 36.
I think she might be a little younger.
It's possible.
Yeah, we'll look that up. We'll check that. We'll check our records there.
Yeah, look it up,
Look
someone.
it up, someone.
But yeah, so I think I don't know. I'm glad that Charlotte retained. Part of me wanted her to lose just so she could win it again, because I wanted her to win it like 20 times. She could just set the bar and no one could ever touch it.
Yeah.
Maybe do like Rick's real ass record. I think his real record's like 21 or 22 world titles.
Outside of WWE.
36.
Charlotte is 36 years old.
Well, there you
April
go.
5th. Oh, her birthday was the day after WrestleMania.
Oh wow.
That's her WrestleMania present, man. She just
Well,
wins.
happy belated birthday, Charlotte Flair.
There you
Hashtag happy
Woo!
belated birthday. Woo!
Woo.
Can I get 36 claps in a...
Clap, 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 36.
Nice. There you go. The
There
radio
you go.
specialist.
Rugs. They're amazing.
Specialist Bennett. Thank you.
Today's episode brought to you by Rugs.
Brought to you by Rugs. Rugs. Get your rugs anywhere.
Rugs. We have them. You want them. Rugs.
They're expensive as
They're
fuck.
expensive as fuck.
We got fake ones. We got real ones.
Yeah.
Fake
Cheap
doors.
ones.
I sell fake doors.
I sell fake doors. Open your new world of success through the fake door.
Speaking of the fake door.
Tired of real
Let's go
doors?
through the door for day 2.
Yeah. Right
Well,
on through.
just before we do that, shout out to Drew McIntyre for being the first ever person to kick
Yeah.
out of the End of Days. Okay, that is a big accomplishment. I thought they were going to protect that move.
Well, they have,
with
and they still
Baron,
can.
and they still can,
If
right.
Drew kicks out of it, that's cool. He fucking kicked out of like what 4 goddamn F5s from Brock Lesnar.
He's fucking Drew. He's
Drew.
And then cut the ropes.
Yeah, and then he cut the rope
with his
quote,
rubbery
unquote.
sword.
Yeah.
Better than cheese, though, I guess.
I'm waiting for that sword to break.
The cheese.
Yeah, can that sword just go the fuck away? All right.
Yeah, we're
Hashtag
done.
get rid of the sword.
Yeah, hashtag
Yeah.
get rid of the sword.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
All right, kicking through the door to day 2.
Kick
All right,
it
here we
through the
go.
door
So
to
we
day
we
2.
already touched on it, but Triple H, of course, started the show.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Hunter.
thank you,
Hashtag
Hunter.
thank you, Hunter.
Thank you, Hunter.
How many hashtags am I have? God damn. He's like hashtag everything we
Yeah.
say.
Hashtag everything we say.
Hashtag no more.
Oh.
Hashtag.
Hashtag you're retired.
Hashtag.
Hashtag, yes.
But it was cool for him to start the show and spit all everybody. It was great.
You know,
Well,
and,
he put the boots down in the middle of the ring,
Right.
which
Yeah.
I love. It's so classic.
Signifying
you know what I mean?
and you know what's funny? He did that and still put WrestleMania over his retirement because he didn't say, "This is my last." He didn't do any of that. He just said,
like,
"I'm here to
welcome
welcome
WrestleMania.
and here's my boots."
Yep,
Yeah.
it was cool. Very
Once again,
classy.
Hunter putting over someone at WrestleMania other than himself, and this time it was the show.
Yeah, that shit with Conrad Thompson being a podcast mogul and wrestling everybody. If you're listening to us, you know who the fuck Conrad is. But, dude, he shits on Hunter so much because he's like, oh, Hunter never put anybody over. Hunter always had to win. Hunter had to always have the longest match, blah, blah, blah,
Even
blah,
though
blah.
everybody's like, thank you, Hunter, so much for like.
Dude, Hunter's WrestleMania record is like
Horrible.
terrible.
It's worse. It's almost as bad as Sasha Banks.
Oh, literally, dude. If not worse.
No, Sasha's is way worse. Dude.
Well, she
She's
actually
1
did
in
get a
6.
win. This,
Dude, Mania.
She's 1-6, bro.
Hunter's not too far off that. Look up his WrestleMania record.
I
Yeah,
have
someone
it
else do it.
somewhere.
I'm off to search this week.
Hashtag Hunter's WrestleMania record.
Oh, there's another one. Give me-
Fuck that. But no, dude, seriously, he's put more people over at Mania than anybody else in history.
Triple H has competed in WrestleMania. He's wrestled a total of 15 matches.
Yep.
Of the 15, he is 8-7.
Really? 8 and 7 in WrestleMania?
Wow, he's over half. Look at him.
He's over 50. He's over
Okay.
500.
But hey, he's lost 7 times at Mania, so hey, for everybody, shut up.
Shut up.
He's put 7 motherfuckers over at the biggest show.
Maybe if
so
Sasha stays in action, she'll all of a sudden she'll have.
we'll
some
see,
wins.
man.
Well, anyway,
But,
so
yeah.
the Raw tag team champions,
The Raw Tag Team Champions.
RK Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy.
Started the show, didn't it?
It did. Both
did.
both tag matches or tag titles started the show
Yep.
for the men at least.
So the match was good. I mean, overall, I kind of figured RK Bro was going to go over. That's just too much of a money machine right now to...
That was my pick to steal the night, but I don't think that was the case.
No.
Yeah.
My pick to steal the night, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. Actually, was that on night 1 or night 2,
What
Edge
was?
and AJ?
That was night 2.
That
Night
was
2,
night 2.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're there. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Raw Tag Team titles were on the line in an epic match. We had the Street Profits, as you said, take on RK Bro and Alpha Academy.
Yep.
RK Bro retained
Of course.
after a cool little RKO off the splash, I believe it was, and off the top. It was a magical RKO moment. What are you guys' thoughts?
Gable Steveson did his debut. Smacked
Man.
the drink out of Gable's hand.
The water.
That guy has zero fucking charisma as of right now.
He's a cat bear.
He had.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know, dude. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but he's nowhere near Kurt Angle levels.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what everybody keeps comparing him to.
Don't
and it's
even
like,
put
bro,
him and
stop
Kurt
it.
Angle in the same category.
Especially
until,
near his son. The
Yeah.
disrespect.
No.
We'll see. We'll see when he gets into the ring.
Well, yeah, because you know what, Kurt Angle, when he started off, Kurt Angle was like one of the most boringest wrestlers you could ever watch in the ring, and what set
not,
Kurt
not
Angle
so much in the ring.
No.
He was just kind of a boring character,
right,
Yeah.
but what set Kurt Angle apart from the rest is the night he cut that promo. When he was wrestling and he got sick and tired of the fans chanting boring, and Kurt picked up the microphone and said, "Why are you booing me?" He says, "I'm an Olympic freaking athlete. I'm an Olympic."
So you know Vince
you don't
called that.
boo me.
Vince called that
because
on
that
the
was his
fly.
hometown, and it was his hometown.
Yeah.
He said they are not going to boo me in Pittsburgh. They're not, and they did.
And Vince told him, he's like, "You're gonna get booed in Pittsburgh,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "No,
No
the fuck,
way.
I'm not."
No way.
And he starts getting booed in the middle of the match, and Vince is in the referee's ear, and he's like, "Tell that motherfucker to go get a mic right now in the middle of the match and be like, don't you boo me?
Don't boo me.
I'm an Olympic hero."
Right. I'm from here.
Yeah,
Like-
so he told him to do it on the fly and made him do it, and he was like terrified to do it, and he did it, and of course it got
Yeah.
over huge.
huge.
Vince is a fucking genius, man.
It was
Vince is a genius.
It was a great moment in wrestling because it was like, okay, finally this guy is showing me a little bit of who he really is. Like, he's a cocky son of a bitch.
yeah. Nobody likes him.
Nobody likes it. Anybody remember the 3 eyes?
Intensity, integrity, and
Intelligence.
Yes. So I was in
I
the
had
shower.
it on my wall.
I was in the shower thinking about that the other day and couldn't figure out integrity, bro. I was like, intuition?
In the shower?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I do shower. Shush. Shush. Yes, I shower.
But yeah, but no, I think
Weird thoughts, though.
yeah.
Hey, look. That's my time, okay?
I'll think about
I'll think about whatever the freak I want
think
to
about
think
Kurt
about.
Angle if I want.
I'll think about Kurt Angle. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. The ankle lock. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, getting all weird over here.
Hey, Specialist B over here. You changing your character too? Huh? No.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Right, I hear ya.
I remember when I was like that, Mister. Anyway. So,
Yeah,
yes.
but I think Gable Steveson has zero charisma as far as I'm concerned.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
only
we'll see.
Only time will tell.
Got to let it play out, right? Got to let it play
we
out.
got to see what happens with that.
You know who else has zero charisma? Omos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, but speaking of, I wanted to touch on. We'll get into it.
Omos and Bobby.
Let's go for it. Let's unpackage
That was the next
right
match
now.
on the card, actually.
So let's unpackage it. Go ahead.
So Bobby, of course, wins the match, and
Yeah.
and I'm glad, okay, because
Spear to the back.
somebody finally was able to stand up to Omos, and because look, man, Omos is what it is. He's a big giant dude.
He's like 24,
But he's-
25 years old.
He's just kind of clumsy, man. He's like a Great Dane puppy. Just big and fucking clumsy and don't know how to fucking walk
I
yet.
thought he was going to call him a papaya.
A brand new papaya.
A brand new papaya from New Guinea.
But no, Omos is huge. I feel like he can be molded into something.
Well,
'cause
they
he's-
put him
he's
with
what-
MVP.
What did we say, dude?
Yes.
24 years
He's
old?
24.
Yeah.
And you hear MVP screaming at him on Raw, and I know we're jumping, but it all ties together, so it's all here.
I'm
We'll
good.
cover both. We're covering the post and the
That's
and the
cool.
thing all at
Yeah,
once.
that's cool.
So the whole thing with Bobby, with MVP turning on him, you hear MVP screaming at him, "Make your statement, make your statement,"
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "That means go hit him." Like, you know, it's like, bro, Omos, you got to slow things down for Omos, and that's
well, this is why this pairing is perfect.
right, right.
MVP and Omos now. The only fucking thing, dude, that bugs me is Bobby should have been involved with this whole thing. Like, oh, they should have brought Omos over as far as like keeping the whole fucking Hurt Business thing around.
Right, Omos should have turned on Bobby, and they should have kicked Bobby out the Hurt Business.
And even not even. I mean, they
that could have been
even
the storyline at
done
WrestleMania.
yeah, they could have done something where anything. But if they would have brought Omos into that situation, we could have been looking at like a Mark Henry situation, kind of like what the Nation did for Mark Henry. They could have done the same thing
that
for Omos.
transition into the world's strongest man.
Well,
Yeah.
just gaining the knowledge and teaching as you go. Because I mean, Bobby's seasoned. He's a seasoned vet. He's
And then MVP is super
MVP.
seasoned.
Yeah, come on. So you got those two guys that they're riding with, kind of molding him.
Shelton,
Dude, yeah, come on.
I mean-
he didn't he get released though?
No.
No.
Oh, he didn't?
No, that was like some
Oh,
fake
he was
report.
part of that fake one.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that didn't come from Pookie.
That wasn't Pookie,
That
no.
wasn't Pookie. Shout out to Pookie. Hashtag shout out to Pookie.
Hashtag.
Hashtag Pookie.
But yeah, so I'm glad. It's cool that we tied that in because
Yeah.
So I think Omos is in the right. Now he's in the right car.
yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
He's in the right car.
Because having him with AJ, like, okay, cool.
No, that was actually good for beneficial as far as wrestling psychology. Hey, knowing how to use your power, your
Yeah,
strength,
I agree.
making sure people sell for you. This is how they should sell for
Right.
you. This is
Getting
how
that old school education.
that old school. And then MVP is going to be like, okay, now that you're the big man, Bobby knocking you off your feet should be a major accomplishment.
But look at Bobby.
right.
Like, give the credit where it's due for, you
If
know
you're
what I mean?
wrestling Ricochet and Ricochet is knocking you off your feet, bro,
You're a fly.
you should never be knocked off your feet, and we need to keep that as only certain people can. John Cena, Batista,
The big monsters.
the big monsters, those guys. I don't see any of those guys coming through the
Brock.
pipeline right now. With WWE, with the exception of maybe Roman, you know what I mean, like or Braun, even Braun Breaker. Eventually,
Oh,
could be
okay.
somebody that they can build up to beat up Omos or stuff
Possibly,
like that.
yeah.
But take
We'll
that
see where it
that
goes.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's enough about the Omos.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Next card was the Sami Zayn Knoxville.
That match was crazy.
Fucking
So-
hilarious.
Knoxville said that that's the most proud match he's ever had. He's most proud of that match out of all the matches he's ever had.
Johnny Knoxville said that.
No, Sami Zayn
Oh, you
said
said
that.
Knoxville.
You did,
Did
yeah.
I?
Yeah.
I'm
Excuse
like-
me. Pardon me.
I'm
Dorsey
like, how many
Never
ma-
disremit.
Hey, Mount Schmishmore. Mount Schmishmore.
But yeah, so Sami Zayn said that was he's most proud of that match of all of his matches ever.
He got a main event spotlight at WrestleMania against
Pretty much,
pretty
yeah.
much a celebrity. And I'm not gonna lie, the match was hilarious.
It was fucking hilarious.
I mean,
Wee Man slamming this motherfucker, dude. Come
the
on.
world's smallest slam
That was
on the
hilarious.
world's biggest stage. It was great, bro. It was great. And then, of course, shout out to Mark Henry and Mae Young's hand making it to
Oh
his
my God,
WrestleMania
this
debut.
motherfucker.
The hand
That boy
was
grew,
fine.
didn't he?
That boy grew. Yeah, we haven't seen him since the reunion show, and look at that. He got his WrestleMania moment. So overall, I gotta say that was
fucking
great.
Dude, the bowling ball was brutal.
Oh, was that a real bowling ball? It couldn't
I
have
don't
been, right?
know, dude. It
looked like it
flew.
bounced
looked
a
like
lot more.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
flew.
that, and then of course the table with the mouse traps leading to the bigger mouse trap. But yeah, I thought he was gonna miss that table at first because I'm like, man, that thing's a little far. And Sammy just said, you know what, screw this WrestleMania. The adrenaline's pumping. I'll die.
It sucks because I tried not to let it take me out of the match, but all the gadgets pretty much did not work except for
Yeah.
the hand. Like the hand was the only one
That
was
was
like
so hilarious.
The hand came out of nowhere, bro. I mean, I know people who were there
Yeah,
saw it.
definitely.
Obviously saw the setup, but for you at home, they did it perfect for us at home.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, just
But like the
smacking.
little leg thing and then the fucking
Yeah, the
the actual
kick to-
mouse trap didn't really.
Yeah,
Well,
the
hey,
big mouse
just
trap.
But it's like damn. But if,
he fixed
could
it
you
on the
imagine?
fly, bro.
He
That
did.
was great. That was great.
He was like, no, okay.
Fucking Pontius came out and did Party Boy
Party.
That
oh.
was fucking
for all of us
hilarious.
older folk.
Well, and
my
dude, and
God.
Sammy too was like, I don't want anything to do with this.
I'm happy he didn't get the baby oil because normally he does the baby oil. If you remember,
yeah.
he
Dude,
puts
that shit was so funny.
That was just too much. That
It was
whole-
good. It was entertaining.
Yes, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
we were very skeptical about this whole thing, but it was literally like watching an episode of Jackass.
The only person we didn't see was Steve-O,
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
the one motherfucker, that I thought was going to be there.
He's probably like in intensive care somewhere trying to recover from the movie. Like, you know
That's
what I mean?
possible.
If
Yeah.
I don't know if
These guys are
anybody's seen it.
I
all
haven't.
older now.
Yeah, definitely. So that was definitely entertaining. I'm happy that we were actually. It was a popcorn match, as I like to say. You
Yeah.
sat back and you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It
you-
was just for fun.
It was.
Gaga.
It was
Yeah.
definitely for fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Win or loss. I mean,
It was
him,
funny.
Him setting off this explosion in the
Yeah,
ring.
yeah,
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
funny as
The pyro.
well.
I'm like,
He just held his hand up and he's like, what the fuck is
jeez.
happening? And it's like,
I'm
He's
like,
like, yikes.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So
That was a good match.
we'll take.
That was entertaining. It was an entertaining.
If sports entertainment was a thing, that was it.
100%. What we got
Alright.
next?
so the women's tag team championship, which Sasha and Naomi did get the titles.
Out. Yes.
And
First
also,
ever.
same thing. They matched, looked great
Yes.
together.
Yeah, they did.
And I'll have to say it because WWE mentioned it over and over. Shout out to the first ever Black World Tag Team Champion,
Yep,
Women's Tag
shout
Team
out.
Champions. First time ever. Did it at Mania. Came out in that badass Lamborghini.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so
Oh.
sweet.
Oh, like
Naomi's just standing on the
jealous?
seats. The owner's probably like,
I know, right? Like,
He's like,
Get your feet
don't
away."
even touch the pedals.
It's like, and you're wearing like stilettos. What the fuck?
Oh, no, well, she had her
she had her
shit.
sneak- Oh man.
oh, could you imagine though? No,
Yeah,
way.
but how you
Puncturing holes in the
standing?
seat.
How you standing on the damn seats? Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But no, they've been really
Wow.
good as far as them too. Like they're like, we're a tag team. We're gonna look like a tag team. We're gonna act like a
I
tag
want to see
team.
how far this goes. I mean, I like you guys knew my skepticism to begin with. You know what I mean? It's another randomly thrown tag team. Here we go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if they can let it rock, I mean, these are both two singles champions that
It's like, just can we try to establish somewhat of like a real ass fucking women's tag division?
I will say they're
or a
kind of doing
women's
that.
roster in general, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they might be
The whole roster
Well,
be.
they are
Well,
bringing some
they
people
don't
up,
got
which we can
much
talk
on the
about.
roster
Yeah.
right now.
for the
Really,
women
yeah.
for the women's division.
Between the two shows.
Well, see, because they're sticking a lot, like they were saying, into the tag aspect of it, taking a lot of people who should be in a singles aspect in there. Like Shayna definitely doesn't. Shayna Baszler should be choking bitches out every week.
I didn't get the whole Shayna Baszler like
Naomi.
Naomi.
Or
No,
Natalia.
Natalia.
Jesus.
You see, you fucked me up. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm amazing.
But anyway, Natalia, because they're like, oh, the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Spades or whatever.
I like
Yeah.
that concept.
So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So it's almost like the dark and the light in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I
Ooh.
mean? So I'm like, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag Kimmy getting philosophical. Ooh.
Philosophical.
Easy for you to say.
Oh. Yes.
But anyway, so glad Sasha got a win finally at WrestleMania. 'cause
Yeah, dude.
Won it.
when we looked up her
6,
record, we were
baby.
like, ah, shit.
Sasha.
You know what I will say too about that, since it all kind of encompasses in the same match. So I feel like Rhea and Liv have kind of really started to get their feng shui together as far as tag team goes.
But now they're fighting.
But now they're, yeah, it looks like they're already going to split them up. So it's like, leave it to WWE when something organically starts kind of getting over.
Well, and they look like a tag because that's what we were talking
Yeah.
about when she was with Nikki ASH. It made no fucking sense.
Zero
We're like,
sense.
put another little punk girl with her, and so Liv makes
Yep.
perfect sense, in
Yep.
my opinion.
You got the speed, you got the power, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they
dude.
just kind of gel really well. So it's like, as soon as they start kind of hitting their stride, they're like, no, we're going to
Make them
push.
fight.
It's just
Yeah.
so hard seeing all these people as tag teams. You know, that's just what the problem is. I'd rather you start developing some of these girls in NXT and bring them together
They
to
are
start
doing
forming a better tag team. Have some
Yeah.
heavy hitters come in there. Like have a badass tag team from NXT. Like
Well, I think that's
like
what they're
Toxic
starting to do
Attraction.
now. Yeah.
Like if Toxic Attraction came up there and took the NXT women's tag team titles, I would, or took the WWE women's tag team titles, I would like that. Because at that point,
Well, they're
I'm like,
established.
They're
established tag
right.
teams, and
Right.
and this is something that Vince is writing. So Vince has kind of had his hands in all of this, so they will come up as a group.
Yeah.
Just like Braun Breaker will come up as Braun Breaker, and Gigi Dolan will come up as Gigi Dolan, and Mandy will come back up. All these people, just like we have some other call ups that came up, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get on that because it seemed like everybody got a call this week. I mean, my phone was
shit.
even ringing a little bit.
but yeah. So I love Sasha won finally. Thank God, she's
Yeah.
1-6 for Jesus.
Yeah, good for
Christ.
her.
Yeah, and she won a chip, so that's
Yeah.
even better. Your first one should be one that you remember, and I definitely know she will remember this for the rest of her
And
life.
it's a WrestleMania, so there you go.
Okay, there's
Yep.
your moment. You,
All right.
you didn't have to get whipped this time.
Oh shit.
So the next WrestleMania moment would be Edge and AJ Styles, and I thought Edge's entrance was awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty badass. I love his music
Yeah.
still. It's weird. This
That
is
he
a weird
changed it.
Edge.
Yeah.
It's still kind of
So
trying to
weird.
grow on me.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it's gonna he'll make it work because he's Edge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Of course.
So, but yeah, it's taking its time growing on me. So, but the entrance was badass.
Yeah, he had a little Taker.
He had a little Brood. He had a little fucking
Taker, Hunter, everybody was in there. All the buttons.
all
were
of
pushed.
all of his
History.
personas were kind of
Yeah.
are all rolled into one now. It seems like, and he's like, this is who I am now. I got some darkness. I got some fucking
He's not in
some
God
grit.
mode. He's not in God mode. I was about to say he's not in God mode. He's in Edge mode.
yeah
I love it.
omnipotence.
Omnipotency.
Weird word.
Well, AJ got hit by some shrapnel on his way to the ring, I guess,
Yeah.
because he was
Oh
like
my
bleeding
God.
immediately. He even was
before
like,
you-
the fuck?
Before you even got in the ring.
I
Yeah.
love the rumors of how they said he was backstage in some beef with somebody or some shit.
It's
I'm
like,
like,
okay, yeah, but no, he didn't have any blood on his
Yeah.
face when he came out. I thought maybe he punched himself in the face because he did that whole yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like,
when
he
And
would
then
be,
all
like,
of a sudden
rubbed
he's
himself.
bleeding, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, bro, did you knock
So-
yourself out? Are you Goldberg now?
Oh no.
Anyway.
That
But supposedly it was shrapnel from the fucking pyro.
So thanks, Pyro guy. I hope it wasn't the guy they had for
Glad it didn't hit
Taker.
him in his fucking eye.
Well,
Oh,
Taker got
man,
fired.
yeah, it's
The
pretty
Taker guy got
close.
fired that day.
Well, no, Taker
That was
guy
the second time he had done it.
Yeah,
Because
Taker-
the first time he was on the corner and he went to do the, you know how he throws his hands up and it goes boom. Well,
Right in his
as soon
face.
as he did that, and you know where he stands on the fucking ring post.
Yeah.
As soon as he did that, they lit off like Kane's fucking shit. So the fire in the corner came up and he was like, what the fuck, dude? And he was ready to kill the guy then.
Right.
And then he had that other thing where he came out and
set
basically
the guy
got
on
lit on
fire.
fire, dude. It's like, yeah, this motherfucker better be gone before I get back there. Otherwise,
He dead.
oh, goodness. Break time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dude got fucking.
So that match was pretty good.
That match was
Yeah.
great. And then Damian
They gave
Priest
him a good
now.
long time too.
Damian Priest now is in the Edge faction. Whatever.
I don't
this
even know what
is.
they're calling it. Yeah,
And the rumor is there's going to be another member, and
another
name,
couple members,
That her name might be Rhea Ripley. So we don't know.
and possibly Tommaso Ciampa.
And
That'll be
possibly
weird.
Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah.
Weird little.
Hey, look. Hey, follow him.
I'll be curious to see where it goes. Like I said, anything Edge touches is gonna typically turn to gold. He's a pro, man.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really remember him having a really bad run at mostly anything he did when he did do it.
It is weird that they're putting Damian Priest under his wing,
Okay.
though, just because Damian Priest is like 40. You know what I mean? So it's like he's not going to learn much. I mean, well, let me rephrase that. You can always learn when you're on the road with Edge, but it's like, you know, he's 40, bro.
Well,
So I don't know. We'll see.
you think you know him?
You never did.
You never did.
All right, moving on.
So we'll skip over this next match because it doesn't matter. So
Which is
New Day and Sheamus and Ridge.
yeah, we can move on.
Goodbye. And
Sheamus
then
and Ridge. Hey, I got
and,
points.
and Butch.
And Butch.
Yeah, boo.
Butch. Just makes
Yeah.
you think of. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, he bruises the weights, don't he?
So Pat McAfee and Austin Theory.
Oh,
There we go.
This was my
There
favorite
we
match.
go.
Dude, how about
So-
Pat McAfee wore his exact same outfit but sparkly?
Yeah,
I
he just had
loved
a
that
sparkly
shit. It was
tank
literally
top.
like sparkly pants and sparkly
Jeans
shirt
with ripped up
but black.
yeah.
Yeah.
That shit made me laugh. I'm like,
So,
okay.
I mean, this match had everything from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders to punt kicks to
Oh, the punt kick was hilarious.
to
The
back
white stripes.
and there's a backflips off the top rope to jumping to the top rope to stunners to Vince
Pat's the
McMahon
man,
to,
dude.
Yeah,
to
he
all
did a
type of
lot.
stuff.
He did.
But,
I mean, he played football. I mean, he was a punter. No, I'm not saying that's not
Still
important role.
takes an athlete to be in the NFL. You know what I mean?
it still takes an athlete.
Well, he was very athletic, and he definitely showed. I mean, we saw him wrestle in NXT, so we knew he had some type of charisma. He did
Dude.
the moonsault off the top of the cage in NXT.
So,
You know what I mean?
according
So-
to Pat, he knew nothing about what was going to happen after the match took place. He thought the match was over. He's like, I thought the match was done, and then all of a sudden, I see Vince and doing the whole thing, staring me down, acting like he's taking off his jacket, and he's like, "Fucking come on!" Like just talking shit. And then Vince started coming in the ring, and he's like, "Holy shit, is this about to fucking happen? Like, what's going on?" And he said they get in there and basically they
called it on the fly.
They called it on the fly, and then he's like, "I had no idea fucking Stone Cold was coming out." He's like, "You think the motherfucker in the match would have been told like like giving a heads up?" You know, that's hilarious though.
Hey, look, that's the best surprise ever. I would have loved it. I would have went with
Dude.
the flow too, man.
Yeah, and after the match, they're sitting there, and he's like, "You go that way, I'll go that way." And they get up on the fucking corner, they're drinking beer, and then of course the stunner.
Which
Which
his
was-
stunner was. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then he falls out of the ring, and he's got the beer, and he's just laying there tilting
drinking
his
it.
mouth.
Yeah, that was so fucking
That's
hilarious. Dude, I think he could be a great wrestler. Even though he's really small, he could still be a great wrestler.
He would be a great mouthpiece too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did. Does everybody forget his NXT run?
Dude, a lot of people probably do not remember because it was like that.
I mean,
because Ridge Holland fucking broke his both legs and ankles or whatever at the same time, and then that whole thing got fucking like destroyed. The whole gimmick
I'm
got
trying to walk it, trying to walk it off.
because that little group would have been like pretty fucking
Man.
you know.
Yeah,
solid.
who was in that group again? Okay, so
It was Ridge Holland, it was Pete Dunne, and then it was Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch,
dude,
and then Pat McAfee was the mouthpiece.
and they were fighting fucking Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
That thing had legs until fucking Ridge Holland broke them.
Dude, and you thought Vince took like the worst stunner ever. No.
Oh.
This one was even worse. Dude, he kicked him and he's like, let me just fall to my knees. It's like,
Yeah,
what
he
are
just
you
like
doing?
fell backwards. Like he went down to
yeah.
one knee and almost
Hey.
acted like he couldn't get back up for a second.
Vince McMahon did not take the stunner. The stunner took Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he couldn't even do it, man.
That was done.
I wonder if he did that on purpose just to fuck
He
with
couldn't
Austin.
get up.
It's possible.
Like,
He's
yeah,
an old man now.
Hey,
I mean,
kudos
he
to the
is
fucking
old,
editing
but
team, though.
He looked pretty
Yeah.
good when
Yeah,
he took
the
his
editing
shirt
team
off.
made it look really good.
The editing team on like Monday night, dude.
Oh,
they
yeah,
made that
they
shit
skipped
look
most
solid.
of that. Really.
Yeah, because the front view of him getting stunned is you're like, ooh,
Like, damn, that looked like it hurt a little.
like it hurt. Yeah,
but
so it's
really,
like,
you just
yeah.
fell. You just collapsed like a bowl of Jello, man.
Yeah,
You just-
I don't know who flops better, Vince or LeBron. Like
I don't
that
know.
was
Fucking.
great.
All I know though is Stone Cold started drinking beers again, and I'm like, this again? How many fucking beers are we gonna go through?
all night long.
The over
I'm
under
like,
for
okay, we're done.
his beer was promoted all over that show, bro.
Yeah, night 2 was felt very repetitive of the first night because
Well, and it was very
they did
much
the Hall
like-
of Fame thing again like twice
Yeah, and Undertaker came out just to stand there again.
and
It's
wave
like,
again.
It's like, okay, bye. You took up like an hour. You're
Yeah,
done.
still didn't mention Mick.
God, I know, right?
Yeah,
damn.
right?
You could have grabbed the mic and been like, "Hey, Mick, thanks."
Like,
You
how
know,
long
sorry.
do you need to hear people cheer for you? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, he sat
Oh,
there for
wow.
like 18 minutes. It felt like listening to the
know,
crowd
dude.
for the Hall of Fame.
Kimmy's in a New Yorker came out over there. I was like, "Oh shit, how you doing?" That was great.
Plus, they kept going, "Look, this is what happened last night." I'm like, right, I watched it, but what's happening now? What are you doing today? Like, oh, it's just so annoying.
Oh man! And then shout out to Austin Theory, man. First of all, you put on a good show, and you
Yeah.
did take an announcer to the limit, and then of course the stunner, bro.
He sold that shit better than Scott Hall.
You sold like that was the way
He
it should have
jumped
been
all the way up to the roof.
Wow!
And he was like spitting beer and shit.
Yeah.
dude,
Oh, it
just
was
the
great.
way he looked. I mean, man, that was a great sell. Great sell. Stone Cold, eat your heart out. So there you go.
Eat your heart out.
Well,
Pat McAfee.
that was the buffer to the reason why we all showed up for WrestleMania 38.
Yeah.
Was it the most
Stupendous.
Oh, I wasn't getting any reverb. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
It was the
Is that
greatest
what that
match,
means? Okay.
WrestleMania
Yeah,
match of
I'll
all
make
time.
sure I know.
Okay. It was.
It was the biggest. It was the biggest, most stupendous.
Biggest WrestleMania match.
Yes.
It was awesome. I mean, because Brock took his gloves off at the beginning of the.
The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
story. So the whole story in this match was just great from the beginning to the end. Just the build up, the whole entrances. You knowing what's going on, you knowing what's about to happen, and then right before the bell ring, Brock Lesnar even reminds you of the story that happened, the story that was told, the story that you've seen. Taking off those gloves, Roman touching his head, realizing that it's game on, baby. That this is real life about to happen. This is.
He's like, he could
the
cut my head open again.
Exactly. This is the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah, it ended just a little abrupt. I felt like it was
definitely ended.
Well, did you
abruptly.
not see the damn near broken arm of Roman?
I don't
when,
know, man. Is that story or is it real? Is it?
I don't know.
you
They cut that shit off about 10 minutes early.
yeah,
'Cause all of
yeah.
a sudden it was like, the match is done. We're done.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
and
Okay.
from
And
the
it was
pictures,
just like boom, 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 spear, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and from the pictures, it looked like Roman has some dislocation there. Like it looked like it was, and you know Roman
The pictures looked like it was his tricep.
and it
It
just
looked like his tricep was just there.
it looked like it was just sore, because it was very red.
So the only
Nice.
the only thing that I seen was possible like shoulder issue because he was really playing the shoulder. Because even on Monday night when he came out, he was kind of still playing the shoulder.
And you gotta
so I'm
re-
like, is it a story? Is he just one of those great ones that can
Yeah.
bring you in?
Well,
You know what I mean?
here's the deal. Maybe it's to the point where it's like, man, let's end this because I don't want to have an injury. I don't want to make
Just
it
in
worse.
case, like, let's just
yeah,
go
let's
home.
just
Nobody's
go home.
hurt. That
Nobody's
was
hurt.
close.
Yep. You know, it's almost like when Austin got the stunner from Austin got the stunner when Austin and Owen gave him the upside down. For years we thought Stone Cold broke his neck for real and all this other stuff like that. You know that Owen did that and everything, and it was a work.
That was not a work.
Well, in the sense, I mean,
He
it was.
fucking dropped him on his head.
But it was a work in the sense that he was okay. He made it
Well,
seem
yeah.
like it was bad, but he was okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like Madcap, where same thing. It's just like it probably looked a lot. Well, he literally lost all the feeling in his body for, you know, a minute.
he got a stunner. Though he got a real stunner.
True stinger, yeah.
The stinger, that's what it is. Not a stunner, stinger. Sorry.
But, you know.
Well, he really was twisting the fuck out of his arm.
Yeah, he was cranking
he
on him and everything.
it.
So if he fucked his shoulder up, it's like, damn, Brock, come on. Like, you know better, bro. Like,
yeah,
you
so
can't
we
be
got to take
fucking
this
people
home
up
now.
like that.
It's over. Because you saw him kind of pop it back in when he kind of reached on the rope. Like, you saw him kind of do the quick, like,
Well, hopefully it was something quick. I mean,
Yeah.
if you pop your shoulder out, you're tearing tiny little tendons. You know what I mean? It's kind of like rolling your ankle type of shit.
right. But he wanted to lift that belt. That was the deal about it. You know, he's like, nah.
Well, and that was the outcome. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. He won like clean 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
Which he had to, right? Like,
Yeah.
after their whole rivalry, it just made sense for him to win.
I love the way that it ended. He now has both titles. Hopefully they'll fucking turn it into one. Jesus Christ.
We saw that
the double title shit's so dumb.
We saw that quote unquote replica we thought was going to be real once again.
Oh,
I mean, I would have been fine with that too. Fuck it, just be
All
one
gold?
belt.
All
If it's
gold
just
like
one
that?
belt, whatever, that's cool. I mean,
yeah, at
where's
least
the gold
just
glove?
have one.
You know?
I'm down with that. Well, and now,
Just one, you know, yeah.
since that was the last WrestleMania match, we can kind of segue into this week in wrestling because now Roman has ordered the Usos basically to go
Yeah.
to Raw and
So that-
obtain the
yes.
tag championships to
Let's
unify
go.
those as well.
So Roman
in.
wants all the gold. You know,
So this is all happening.
I'm hoping so. This is going to be fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, we'll see how that plays out because here's the deal.
I'll be champ.
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 Yeah, it's definitely new to combine everything. You know, we've been wanting to see
Fucking combine all the belts, dude. I'm
and
ready.
leave the Intercontinental and U.S. separate.
Does this a move towards unifying the women's championships as well?
I hope so. I would like to see him unify the Intercontinental and U.S.
No,
Both women's, both tags. We've already unified the world title. Fuck it, man.
I think there
Let's
should
utilize
be-
both shows and get more star power on each show so
But-
we're not so just like, God
But
damn.
I think the separation of U.S. and Intercontinental helps because at that point you have so much roster, but at least one title's on one show that you can expect. It's like each title's
That
TV.
would- I mean, that would be
it's
cool.
like each show's TV title.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna, watch Monday Night Raw where you're gonna see champions and everything, but we have the Intercontinental Championship too as a special.
make the singles titles unique and
Right.
specific to a brand.
Yeah, but the women's tag championships are already bouncing from
Right.
show to show, so
which is
might as well
fine.
do it with the rest.
Yeah,
That's what- yeah,
With
that's-
the
I feel the
exception
same
of
way.
those two titles, because I feel
Well,
like
yeah, there's no reason
the
to
US and
unify. They're
Intercontinental-
totally separate
right,
titles.
Right. They have no integrity.
But
of,
but a Raw this and a SmackDown this.
There's
yeah,
no Raw
just have it
Intercontinental
one.
Champion and no
Right.
SmackDown US. It's just the Smack. So it should be that way.
Right.
If it's a unique championship, unified
Like the
world
24/7 title, like that's its own unique thing. We all hate it, but it's its own unique thing. You
They
know what I'm
just need to
saying?
get
Yeah,
rid
it's
of
not. It's brandless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It'll stretch
It's
from.
stupid too. So they need to get rid of it.
Well, not really. You don't see it on. You don't see it on SmackDown.
Well, and like we all said, we haven't
Hardly
seen new
ever.
belts in a long time, so maybe this is going to be their way to then once they unify that, maybe they'll do the women's, and then they'll come up with a whole new.
The women's
Package.
belt was created at 32. So whatever WrestleMania that was 6 years ago. So they did the women's belt where they went from the Divas title to the new women's title.
Damn, it's only been 6 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the WWE
Sure.
title was the same since 30. No. Was it 30?
Yeah, 30 was It was when The Rock beat.
Yeah. Yeah, Rock beat Cena, right?
Yeah, but Rock beat
So
Cena.
that would have
and
been
brought the-
29.
Rock
for
beat
WrestleMania
Cena and
29.
brought the scratch logo.
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of the same design. It's
Yeah.
just upgraded to the network
Yeah.
logo. But so it's, I mean, it's almost a decade. It's almost a decade, and typically belts change every 10 years or so.
Well,
They'll
the
change them
NXT
up.
fucking titles have gotten a little bit of an upgrade.
Those look fucking sweet.
Which
dude.
ones?
Dude, all the
The
tag
NXT belts?
championships, the women's, right?
No, it's just the women's title and the men's title.
Just the main.
Yeah,
So it's the same look, but they've
they painted
they
it.
painted color inside of it, so it's all pink, blue, yellow. Like, oh, dude,
It looks
It
cool
it
as
makes
shit,
me
dude,
want to
yeah.
fucking buy it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, dude, are you kidding with that belt?
No wonder mine was so cheap.
Yeah, dude, they're like,
Replica.
we're getting rid of these for the new ones with the
They're
color.
pretty,
They're sweet as fuck, though.
dude.
Yeah.
I love the color.
There
But
you
yeah.
go.
Andy was like, my beautiful championship. I'm like, it is.
And then, of course, we had Stand and Deliver. We just totally just stand and passed right by that.
You know.
A whole bunch of tag titles were changed, and this championship and that. And then, of course,
They relinquished
on
them.
Well, yes, we'll jump into that. We'll have a little NXT moment here. So
let's not take too long on NXT.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say. So Braun Breaker is your new champion after,
that was on Wednesday.
That was on
because Dolph beat Braun stand and deliver, retain.
And then Monday night he wins the title back. So yeah, whatever that is. And then of course your new tag team champions are no longer your tag team champions because one of your tag team champions have jumped off the deep end and did some crazy stuff. So NXT's in craziness. Speaking of craziness, a lot of NXT people are now on the main roster. Anybody want to jump into? We've got
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Who else? Do we
fucking
have?
Gunther. What's his name? Ludwig. Fucking. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
They all have different fucking names.
So the new characters are Butch, Ludwig
Kaiser.
Kaiser like the bagel.
Gunther.
Raquel Rodriguez.
So those were your debuts.
And those were your debuts. And of course
call-ups.
And of course our final debut, Specialist B. So all our new characters have been officially brought up to the show.
I guess we officially need a new intro then.
Yeah, we definitely
do.
Yeah.
For sure. When we come back with video, we'll have all kinds of new gadgets.
Yeah. Anyway.
See if we make some Mios.
But yeah, that's pretty much... that was pretty much it as far as that goes. Because, I mean, as far as the shows themselves, okay, they were all right. But more so I'm still waiting on Bailey, for fuck's sake.
Well, the one thing that did make me very emotional this week was the Lacey Evans story. So Lacey Evans' story was
dropping the Southern Belle.
Yeah, and you know what? I personally think it's the wrong move. Only because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sick of these sad upbringing. You know what I mean? It's wrestling. I realize you want to add a realization to the character, but she played the Southern Belle and that.
Yeah, but it was kind of old hat. Like, she was starting to get relegated into like a mid-carder role. Mm-hmm. She's been gone now for this whole time. Like, fuck it, bring her back, make her more than what she was. Evolve the character.
Dude, and you're a fucking Marine.
IRL. That's what I'm gonna say.
Exactly.
Then make her a Marine. Then
that's what she's fucking doing.
That's what she is. She's gonna be like a Marine mom, basically.
Yeah, have you not? Did you see she was wearing can't fucking?
I saw that,
she just
but
put her own actual story in. Why she became.
I dug it, man. I thought
you're
it was
funny.
good.
Like, this made me emotional, but I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see the kind. Like, I'm done being so. I mean,
we even said it's kind of cringy. It was a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a little
in
cringe.
the beginning, it was like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, and that's what I meant.
My dad was gone, and my mom
abusive and alcoholic,
and we left in the middle of the night, or like after school or whatever. But yeah, so that part. I get it.
Living in, home women's shelters and stuff. I'm like, oh wow.
Well,
like,
I mean, I guess it just shows her resilience or whatever.
Yes,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that at the end of it, I just realized. I just wish that she would have got to more. I would have liked her to be more of a tough Marine character.
Well, you can't do it all in one promo though.
She definitely could have like synopsized basically, or like did a little tiny bit less
of the background.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, we need a little less detail. Like, I don't need to know that you had a fucking $1 chicken pot pie for dinner or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
I've had a lot of those.
Skip the details. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, my childhood was horrible. We had a lot of obstacles to overcome, but now I'm a Marine. I'm a mom.
Right.
I mean, that would have been the promo I would have wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want the whole like, oh my god, I want to cry right now.
That's kind of what you got to ultimately, because they were building sympathy for her.
Right.
So it's obviously they're going to bring her back as a babyface.
But the sympathy was too much. It was almost to the point where you're just like, oh my god, you don't need to wrestle, sweetheart. Let's get you some counseling. Like, that's kind of what I felt like. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be wrestling. You should be like, here's a table, Dr. Phil. There's a Dr. Phil moment.
Well, hey, good for them giving her the time though, and letting her get like a proper reintroduction. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of nice.
She's back, and
well, at least she didn't just show up in new gear like randomly on TV, and you're like, what is happening?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
right.
I appreciated it.
And one last thing I want to touch on, and this is kind of, it's touching on my big four, but one thing I want to touch on a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw, Veer.
Oh, finally.
Veer.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome, Veer.
Fucking Veer, bro.
Now, how often is he going to show up in the future?
Well,
we'll see.
He's gonna be there next week. He's fighting Rey Mysterio this Monday, so we'll see.
Because that makes sense. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on where that's going to
go. Booyaka.
I'm in a tag team, so what?
With my son.
With my son.
Supposedly. Anyway.
Oh.
Sorry.
Who knows? He might be the Miz's new heater. It kind of.
That's what it looked like,
They didn't
right?
like say it, but it was like
They were
he
matching?
came out. Yeah, they had the matching colors.
Yeah.
He came out and beat the shit out of both of them, pretty much. So I wouldn't be surprised if next week Miz is like, "Oh, this is my fucking hired gun Veer."
Ooh, and
Because
takes out
now-
Cody.
Well, yeah, because he knows that Logan Paul's in the shadows too, because he's like, and fucking Cody, because they're gonna have a little program. So it only makes sense for him to be like, well, I don't have him anymore, so let me go get this fucking big Indian dude, and that'll be like my backup, so to speak. It would make sense.
It's Jason Waller, but not.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Cool beans.
But yeah, outside of that,
What else is that?
I was gonna say
so the
AEW
only
had a
other,
few things.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say AEW. I think is the only other thing we need to touch on.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Dynamite to me. I did write it. Let me see. What did I write down? I know, right? It's like
There was also a debut.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, yeah.
Samoa Joe
let me
is
wake
there.
back up. Hold on. Yeah, Samoa Joe.
I know, right?
Definitely.
Joe.
I've one thing I want to say about AEW on a whole. This is my whole for AEW. The Acclaim by far is my and I say this over and over again. I love these guys, bro. Did
They're growing on
anybody?
me, too.
If anybody caught, I know we don't watch Dark too often,
I don't ever watch Dark,
but
bro.
I saw the promo he cut on Sunny Kiss. Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
I didn't know Sunny Kiss was still a thing.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what the rap was. He says you're not even cool enough to be on TV.
Damn.
And then he says your butt is got silicone. And it was just the way he said it, because he said you used to be flat like the dude from Ed and Eddie. He like rhymed it, and it was just great. It was shut. I will. Oh, I just did it myself. And then of course finger scissors. But no, the Acclaimed is definitely him talking to CM Punk, telling CM Punk he needs a Z-Pack and make him shit himself. Like, I mean, it's great.
Then the bell rings.
Then the bell. No, he is great in the ring, bro.
They're all right. They're still learning. They're
Yeah,
still learning.
I mean,
their mouths is taking them places
That their
that
wrestling is
their wrestling's not quite ready for. But you don't get better unless you're put in those spots. So
definitely, and he's
I'm glad that they're kind of
damn.
on
He
the
had to
rise.
fight Samoa Joe, bro. Like, come on,
Samoa Joe, man.
Samoa Joe whipped that ass. That's what he did.
Do you feel like their roster is too
They got too many
loaded
people
right now?
Yeah,
like
they got too many people, bro.
It's like they had the whole explosion of AEW, and then the smoke started to kind of settle, and we kind of seen what we had, and we were starting to build towards these. Because I mean, in the beginning, they were building some good stories, but then they had all this influx of talent, and they shook up all this fucking dust again. So now I feel like we're kind of in this settling dust phase again.
You could cut 20 people from the AEW roster, and it would be perfectly still fine. You could cut 30. You could cut 40 people. I could say right now.
Damn, 40
you could
people?
cut 40 people from the roster,
Shit, that's
and
a
it
lot.
would be you know why? There's shit's all over the place, bro. You don't know who's doing what with who and why and where.
Yeah, their story building is. I like it's weird because there's some stories that are really good, and then there's some where you're like, this shit makes no fucking sense at
Right.
all. Right now, like the story between fucking Wheeler Yuta and goddamn the BCC, dude.
Yeah, what's going on?
Wheeler Yuta fucking basically the quote unquote forged by combat, where he fought with Moxley and he's like, I won't fucking fight beside you until I bleed with you, basically. And did he bleed? Did he bleed?
He was like, you ought to know.
Dude,
Yuta.
that was one of the bloodiest matches I've seen in a long time, man.
He was dripping blood the
is
whole goddamn time.
He is definitely the pure Ring of Honor champion for a reason.
I like
man.
it, dude. You know what, though? After this match, because, I was not a huge fan of Wheeler at all. Like, he showed up kind of out of nowhere when Trent Beretta was out, and all of a sudden he stepped into his place almost, and then Trent Beretta came back, and now they've had this beef, and it's been weird. But now he's kind of going on his own thing. Dude, the last 2 weeks, this motherfucker's grown on me more in the last 2 weeks than anybody
look
like
who
in the
he's
last couple
working
years.
with, though.
Yeah,
He's
but he does really good on his for himself, if that makes any sense.
But that's what I'm saying. You're only as good as the person you're working with.
Well, I was telling Kimmy,
know?
dude, we were watching the match with him and Mox, and I'm like, I don't see through this dude's shit. He doesn't play wrestler. He's just being him. He's just going out there and doing him.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like he's playing wrestler. He's not, presenting himself as like, as much as I hate to say it, like Keith Lee. Keith Lee plays wrestler. You know what I mean? He's not really himself yet. He hasn't
Keith
found
Lee.
that rhythm.
He'll get there maybe.
Keith Lee makes me cry.
You know, Brian Cage, he plays wrestler.
But
And
he's
all
the
these-
guy.
No, he's not the guy.
He's the guy.
He's not the guy.
He's definitely not the guy.
That's a throwback. That's
not-
a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. He's definitely not the third guy. That's for sure.
Yeah, I thought the Moxley Yuta match was the only thing to me
Dude.
that stood out in AEW this week.
Yeah,
for
that
me.
stood out to me. And then
that
and
was
then-
on Rampage.
Well, that
It was on
promo, that
Rampage.
promo with Top Flight or Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara and them. Damn,
you know,
damn. Like, I
I
think
don't-
everybody's starting to bless you. Everybody's starting to see through the Sammy Guevara nonsense, and
dude, he's just basically stealing other people. He just come out, shut the hell up, like taking Jericho's shtick, and then he's talking, and it just there's no substance, man. I don't.
he used to
He's
be-
playing wrestler too. Like it's just.
he should have stuck to the cards, like I said.
Yeah, start with him for your first cut. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, you know they've got 3 companies over there. They've got Impact, Ring of Honor, and AEW.
They don't own Impact. They just work with them.
Well, I mean, you can spread enough love and happiness throughout that whole entire 3 companies to make each one of them individually great.
Mm-hmm. There's enough.
There's
talent.
enough. There's enough talent to make all that great. You know, it's
Yep.
just and AAA's in there. You still got
They're
AAA
working
in
with them
there?
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you got enough talent to go everywhere, and you have enough pieces to shovel. I think AEW should be an international community of all these federations all in one.
Well, they kind of are. They're like the hub where everybody kind of filters in and out of. You know what I mean? Which is awesome. NWA does that too.
Right,
So-
but you're not going to have a legit storyline with your main people if everybody comes in and out, because now you got Samoa Joe on the roster. What are you going to do?
That's what I'm
But
saying.
he's also on Ring of Honors.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So
so is Yuta. Yuta's the damn champion over there. But look, he's in a major storyline with 2 of the biggest stars over there.
They like wrestling, AJ. Sometimes they have a match just to have a match.
I get it.
That's like their big thing, and I think
But-
that was the thing Cody was like the most pissed about. Like us, we're
Yeah.
like, this shit really doesn't make sense, but that's their presentation of what pro wrestling is. That's their version. That's what they want it to be.
so
Yeah.
they definitely are not competition. They are the alternative.
And that's
That's
what they've
fine.
said they wanted to be the entire
and
time.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
Yeah, and I don't
A
like the
lot.
comparison. You know me. I've said that in the past. Don't
They're-
compare
they're
yourselves.
kinda
Yeah,
apples
Just
and
we-
do
oranges,
your
man.
goddamn thing.
We
you
know, Kimmy.
I know.
We know.
Do you though? Did you
Yeah.
hear me the last time?
I did.
Do I have to yell at
Loud and clear.
But yeah,
Good.
AEW.
Stupend.
We would be remiss if we didn't say the talk about the tag team title match to end Dynamite.
you? Tag team.
It was-
Title match.
Yeah.
Oh
it
yes,
was-
definitely. It was
it-
the Young Bucks and FTR2
Yep.
for the titles.
Yep. And that feud should be
Done.
ongoing forever. And you know what's crazy is FTR got a good reaction when they came out. Their music hit and they got like a very positive reaction, to the point that Cash was on his Twitter and he's like, "Oh, so we're like baby faces now? Cool."
Hey, the fans want what the fans want, apparently.
Dude, look here, man. They are the most workingest tag team motherfuckers out there
Workingest.
today.
Working is
Workingest.
They are the Ring of Honor tag
Hashtag
team
workingest.
champions. They are the AAA World Tag Team champions. They're about to be the AEW Tag Team champions.
Again.
Well, not about to. It's because I think they're going to be doing. What's the Battle of the
Ortiz.
Belts?
Oh, okay.
It's fucking the Red Dragons and Jungle Boy and fucking Luchasaurus.
yeah.
Hopefully they take the belts. I'm ready for them to just. That was a good experiment with Lucha Boy and them, but
Lucha Boy?
and to
Lucha
think
Boy?
I almost drafted
yeah,
Lucha boy.
Lucha Boy?
Lucha boy.
yeah. See exactly. I don't even know who the fuck they are anymore. It's like
I love it. Lucha
They
boy.
didn't-
Lucha Boy. That's their new name.
they've booked them down to the fucking bottom of the barrel. But yeah,
And nobody cares.
exactly. But I love the fact that they're main eventing a Dynamite for 2 championships that aren't even in the company. It's great because both tag team titles were on the line. So, but great match. Love the psychology. Young Bucks are finally starting to figure it out.
Wow.
Psychology wise, because they just do a lot of. They're indie, man. It's an indie-rific program.
Hey, they got a move called the Indie Taker. Come
exactly,
on.
exactly.
That's
So-
funny.
But yeah, that was my take for AEW. Wardlow's a motherfucking megastar.
Oh yeah, he is
I
so
think-
over.
I think Jade's a fucking megastar.
Oh Jade.
Yeah.
Super mega
That
star,
bitch.
dude.
That bitch show. Love it.
And that's what I got. That's what I got for AEW this week.
AEW, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell. Shell. All right. So, with that being said, I think it might be time to talk about a little bit of thing we like to call
Fantasy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Fantasy Quarter 2 or 3 has come to an end.
It has.
So, with that being said, we'll give it to our fantasy host, you know him, the MD, Mikey MACD.
That's me.
And don't forget the new champion.
And MACKDOWN Fantasy Federation League Champion World of all time.
I knew you were going to
Forever champion.
Forever and ever.
Forever.
The world will be
100
ever.
years champion.
100, never ending. Season 2.
He's just like, I don't like that. But yes, congratulations.
I quite literally
the
dominated.
MD.
Quite literally. I broke the record for most points scored in a quarter. Did all the things, won the title, beat AJ's ass down to almost last place because Mr. B just somehow.
No, Specialist B.
Specialist B has somehow finished last place 3 times in a row.
Dude, by one
incredible.
fucking point. AJ had his first pick ready to go.
I was ready to go.
He was just like, all right, I got this. And then we see the board. He's like, oh, so I'm not last, huh?
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
irritated.
He's like, how do I not get that first pick? I want Cody so bad.
Dude, and that's what happened to me last quarter. All of a sudden, Mr. B just slides in and gets the loss. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you fucking fucked up my whole shit.
Anyway. Mr. B is like the cooler. Like, he comes, sits at the table and
I'm
just
like the Browns.
Oh, damn.
I hate to say it, but
All
it
the
feels
little
like
chicks
it.
with
Because all
Cleveland
three.
licks go. Cleveland sucks.
He gets almost there and then flushed down the toilet. Right
Well, see, no, I lose just by enough.
Yeah, just by enough.
One
Just by
fucking point.
enough to get the first pick, and then I blow the first pick.
No, not really. I
Well,
mean,
let's-
your first pick was
Well, no,
pretty
I
good.
mean,
let's run
maybe
down
not
the
this
overall.
time, but
Let's run down the finals.
All right.
The finals for quarter 3.
All right, so the finals for quarter 3. So we're going to start from last to first. So last place, of course, we just talked about it, Mr. B with 145 points. In 4th place, we had AJ literally right there with 146 points, so 1
Jesus.
point ahead. And then in 3rd place, we had Cam with 165.
Who?
And then we had, in 2nd place, we had Kimmy with 187. And I won with 248. So
11 points. 11 points more than the first ever highest
there you go.
of all time.
Yep. So I took it. I took the
I
belt.
took it.
Just took it from you, man.
Yeah.
You had the royal family, and it just, it sent you.
Yes, that is true.
It's already happening now, anyway. But yeah.
So our overall totals, though, overall totals.
Yeah, over for the mini.
We have Mr. B at 381,
Jesus.
and then looks like myself at 541. Then we have Cam at 583.
Who?
Then we have Mikey MACD over there at 602, and just 5 points ahead, AJ with 607. So Mike's coming for your shit.
AJ's
He's
holding
gonna
on
get
to
that
the last
mini.
little route while he can. He's still winning in some aspect.
I'm still winning, yeah.
You're still winning in points
This quarter
overall.
really, really got you down, man.
Yeah, I thought I would, yeah.
So AJ, you're still in first place. You just lost the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't the champ no more.
You're about to lose that mini, too.
That'd be great. I mean, well, if it keeps up the pace that it did this week, I'm 100% going to beat you and take over by next week. Because from last to first for the week that was
Jesus.
in fantasy. So,
well, do you want to
I
first
was
before
gonna
you do
say.
that? Let's talk about
Oh,
the
yeah.
shake-up.
You're
So
right.
we had our WrestleMania shake-up that we always have every year. We didn't record. We were going to record, but things
Hey,
happen. We have too
WrestleMania,
much fun.
bro.
WrestleMania,
Yep.
family, friends.
It was short and sweet.
and,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
a lot of smoked meat.
exactly.
yeah.
So we definitely did. So with that being said, we did include our new members to our teams. We did do our shake-up. We will start with Mr. B. His new additions to the team are, or excuse me, Specialist B.
Well, do you want to go in the way that it was?
Yeah,
that it
yeah,
was
go.
presented?
Yeah, this is your time, sir.
All right, so B over here,
B.
he took out Sami Zayn and he put in Mr. New Cody Rhodes. So that was the
With his first pick,
That was
yeah.
the first pick. AJ was the second pick. He took out Sonya, and he picked up Madcap Moss.
Good pick.
All right, and then Cam took out Damian Priest and
Who?
put in Cameron Grimes.
Who?
His namesake.
Okay.
EO.
Not every time.
Kimmy, she had the next pick. She took out Zelina and Carmella and put in Jade. That bitch. And then
bitch.
I had the last pick, and I took out Moxley, and I put in Bailey. Because, I thought that was going to be a return. But, fuck me, I guess.
Hashtag where's Bailey?
Oh, there it is.
So that was the first pick for the shake-up. The second round for the shake-up, B over here took Omos out and replaced him with Edge. So we got Cody Rhodes and Edge as a part of the new B squad. And then AJ took out Ronda and got Ricochet. Which, hey, you got a little... you kind of...
No, I'm just mad because he decided to take a personal day.
He took a personal day on the... It wasn't as bad as my pick, but...
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
So Cam had Big E, so he dropped him, of course, because Big E's got a broken neck. So, and he picked up Omos, which I was pretty surprised about.
A drop and a pickup.
A drop and a pickup. And then Kimmy had the Street Profits. She took them out and picked up Sasha and Naomi. So that was a nice little pickup right there. And I had Breaker, and I took him out and put in Dolph because I'm a fucking idiot.
No, you're the NXT champion killer.
Dude, that is exactly the case. If
So
I want somebody to win the NXT title, I just take out the person that's or
that
put
is the
person
champ.
in that's the champ, and they will lose.
Definitely.
But so that's our new team. So Mr. B, like I said, he's got Cody Rhodes and Edge. AJ, you have Madcap Moss and Ricochet. Cam had picked up Cameron Grimes and Omos. Kimmy had Jade and Sasha Naomi. And I had Bailey and Dolph fucking Ziggler.
So we did make I made a suggestion and I brought it up to Mr. MD over here, and I'll bring it up to you guys. We can all take a vote on this. But when we do the shake-ups, anybody that we're dropping, we drop all of our people into the pool in the beginning, so that if you're dropping that person, someone wants to pick that person up, that person is available. Because I would have picked up Braun Breaker had I known he would have dropped him. But it was dropped in after. As Cam picked up Omos, because you dropped him right at the beginning. You know what I mean? If he was already in the pool, somebody might have picked him. You know what I mean? Something like that. So if you know you're going to drop people off, put them back in. Let them go fishing. Hey, if you want my trash, go for it.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
All right,
Yeah.
it's unanimous.
All right.
We have added one new amendment to the fantasy rules.
It's our fucking league. Do what the fuck we want.
All right, rule number 479 and .5 AB. All right, let's go.
AB. Oh wow, we're doubling the
The
letters
goddamn
now.
binder at this point.
Damn, doubling
Anyway.
the binder. All right, cool beans. So yeah, that's our weekend fantasy, man.
Let's give the scores then for this new team.
So the scores for the new teams.
Here we go.
So here we go. So from last to first, of course.
Last place. Who's in last place?
Last place. This is getting a little too familiar over here, but it's B with 10 points.
Yes. I'm keeping this seat
Bennett.
warm for everybody.
Keeping the seat warm.
He's gonna be like he's gonna be like what's his name? Fucking Brian Horowitz.
Oh yeah, Barry Horowitz.
Barry Horowitz.
He's
goddamn.
gonna be Barry Horowitz. Wow, he's gonna get that one paper. Watch, 1 week he's gonna destroy us. I'm gonna tell you.
He has.
he has
There's
a
many
good
times.
team though. That's the thing that is crazy to me. But anyway,
Well, I think Alpha Academy is finally starting
off?
their downward slope a little bit.
Watch is gonna be fucking Street Profits now that I got rid of
It
them.
probably will. Yeah. Well, no, it's about to be the Usos. So.
Oh, okay, good. I feel better about myself.
All right.
Why?
So in fourth place we got AJ.
Yeah, this
with
is
13 points.
Keep doing that.
Yeah, keep doing that because one more of those and I'm taking the lead. And then we got Cam in third place with 16 points. We got Kimmy in second place with 18, and yours truly in first place with 25 points.
A commanding lead already.
And Dolph Ziggler had -2 for fuck's sake. Come on,
No,
Dolph.
Jade got me 0, unfortunately. RK Bro got me 0.
I got 2 donuts, man, because Warlow's only on one show doing a fucking promo in front of the crowd, and then of course Ricochet. Yeah, shout out to you, Ricochet. You being a father. I'm a father too, so I get it. But damn, bro,
But
you better win next week too.
You're
'cause
like, we didn't give you a fucking -2.
I know, but I'm so happy I found that tweet, bro. Like,
You're like, I need to find proof for the record
I'm like,
that he's
why
not
is he
supposed to
not
be
here? I'm like, what the fuck, did he die? And then you hear Jinder Mahal say, "Oh, get him out of witness
So
protection."
WWE was the one that posted that, right?
He posted that on his. thanking the WWE for doing that, and the WWE said that he's out for.
The WWE posted that?
Yes, they posted
Okay.
that he was out for medical.
Because let's say if the WWE didn't post it.
Well, in the text that you sent, AJ,
Yeah,
that was not
him.
WWE.
It was him saying thank you.
But
for
if the WWE didn't put it out there, then
Well,
that's -2.
he put it. What
That
do you
was
mean that-
Sportskeeper.
No, that,
Yeah, because
he
if
Sportskeeda.com.
tweeted out.
right, but who gives a shit if he tweets it out? The WWE has to tweet it out. The WWE has to mention that he's going to be out or
Oh, my
suspend.
goodness.
That's the rule. That's the rule because when
No, see,
when
this
Roman
is-
was out, they announced it on their
And-
television program, or if they tweeted it, or if there is any mention that he's not going to be on the show.
Yeah, the WWE. It was tweeted.
I mean, he did say Ricochet did tweet and he goes, "Thank you at WWE for
Yeah.
giving this champion some time to spend with his son." Blah blah blah. But WWE did not.
They tweeted back and said you're welcome. So there you go. It's over.
They
That sounds like a
But
lie.
he's still not on TV. And it's not an injury.
WWE said you're welcome.
on behalf of your WWE.
On behalf of you, WWE.
Anyway.
Hey, look. It doesn't even matter. Okay.
Well, we'll see where these teams bring us for this quarter.
And
You know,
Ricochet,
it's the
like-
final one. We're gonna have a whole year.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you're defending the title next week. I don't know if the Usos are fighting for the championship on Monday.
He said Monday
said,
night
"Go get
he
it."
wants you to go get him. So they're gonna fucking go fight for the fight.
or maybe
the
he
titles,
set it up for the
maybe.
pay-per-view,
Possibly.
which is
WrestleMania
I like how they
Backlash.
can just make the rules like
Well, it's
they're
Roman.
just
I mean,
going
Roman-
to fucking...
Roman got all the
it's
power.
his WWE. He said, "This is my sign. This is my cameraman."
Those cameramen work for me.
That
Definitely.
shit was probably one of the best promos he cut.
Yeah, I love
opinion.
it too
That shit
because
was
he's
so funny. All right, well, cool. Well, let's get into our big four takeaways for
Yeah,
the
let's
week.
do it.
All right, Kimmy, start us off.
Oh, I gotta go.
You said let's do it.
I was
Let's
gonna
do
say
it.
I can start it off if you're not ready.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
I was
so-
just trying to lead us in. That's it. Hey,
All
the
right.
person that leads in doesn't generally start. I'm gonna throw the ball to someone else.
All right, there you go.
Let's get into the big four takeaways.
I love it.
Here we
Bro,
go.
go ahead and give us your takeaway.
All right, so my takeaway obviously is out of the whole week, even though WrestleMania just happened and all this, dude, Wheeler Yuta and Moxley fucking killed it. Like I got all this new respect for Wheeler Yuta. He fucking showed out. He took it to Moxley. Even in Moxley's entrance, Moxley's coming into the ring, and before he even gets to the ring, comes through the barricade. Fucking homeboy just
Yeah,
darts
just
it.
kills
Yep.
him.
And it's like, okay, we're starting this match off hot. And then of course he got juice and bled all over the fucking place.
Like
Kicked out of
profusely.
all the finishes.
Oh my god,
that was
bro.
a little
Everything
crazy. That was the
was
only
a-
thing. That was the only thing for me.
Bro, like
It's nitpicky though, you know.
Yeah.
like choke. He was being choked out.
I
Nothing.
did love that finish though, that he got choked out at the end and didn't like necessarily get pinned or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's my takeaway too, actually.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay, piggybacks.
Piggyback off of you. That was also my takeaway. I
But
thought
yeah.
they did a really good job.
Wheeler Yuta, you have jumped on the fucking radar of everybody after this week. So
Good job, sir.
There
congratulations.
you go.
That's
All
my takeaway.
All
Great
right.
match.
All right,
Great
B.
everything.
Well, my takeaway is Pat McAfee.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Just all around entertaining.
Yeah, he's the man, dude.
He's the man.
I love
man.
Pat.
Yeah. So
And AJ?
a lot to unpack this week. Probably my takeaway of the week out of everything, I think my biggest moment is definitely Stone Cold. Just the nostalgia, like you said, was there.
Hell yeah.
I didn't think that I would get as excited for it because it was really between that and Cody. I'm not gonna lie, both of them were really at that pinnacle. Cody was cool, but just Stone Cold, I didn't think he was going to wrestle. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was like, there's no way.
I
this-
thought they were gonna fight or
yeah, I
some
thought
shit.
he
Have
was
like a
gonna
little
fight, but then when you see a ref in there, so I'm like, oh wait a minute, Kimmy's on the clock. Wait a minute, hold on one second.
Yeah, this
like,
motherfucker's fighting.
This is happening. Like, you know what I mean? But overall, it was just cool to see that happen. So that was the biggest thing. They gave us Stone Cold. I wanted a little Stone Cold.
It was
We
the
got
swan
Stone
song,
Cold.
man. It's the
Yeah.
swan song.
Definitely.
The Attitude Era is officially no
Definitely.
more.
And on social media, you can definitely find a video of AJ dumping beer all over his face.
Oh,
That's out there. That is out there for
boy.
Stone Cold tribute.
Next
You
time,
did it
aim,
proper,
aim,
though,
next time,
man.
aim for your mouth, because if you get it in your eyes, it burns a lot.
Yeah. Especially back behind the eye and like, you know.
my eyes. Dude, it was bad. It was bad.
It was proper though. You legit fucking.
If
you
anybody-
did the thing.
Yes, please, all of our followers, please. We have tagged me in there. Show me some love. Make me go viral. I don't mind.
He went through beer eye pain. Okay.
Beer eye pain.
His eye was burning because of the beer got in there. And,
I got beep.
Well, it's probably the type of beer you were using too.
That shit was very foamy.
Very foamy.
Yeah.
You know, it tastes good until it went in my nose, and then as I was trying to exhale it, it went into my eye.
Oh.
Yeah, and then my glasses was just like, stay in your eye. There's no escape.
It's just like a barrier of foam.
A barrier of foam in the window. In the window. Ah. So, yes.
But yeah, that was good.
So happy WrestleMania, guys. It was great.
Awesome. We're back.
This whole week was great. Love all this wrestling happening. We got new fantasy stuff. Hopefully we can see what in God's name is happening with our scores. I'm talking about myself more importantly because I definitely am not liking.
Yeah, Yankees suck, by the way.
Oh, please.
Oh.
Yankees and John Cena are the same thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, go ahead and cry in the corner because you lost your championship.
Yeah, I shined it up real nice for him, actually. Legit.
That's for
know, this is
yourself.
For yourself. Yeah.
You know,
He's like, you just Cody Rhodes me.
He definitely
You fucking
did.
Cody'd me.
He definitely did. He gave me smoke and mirrors.
He gets the plain ass fucking not done belt, and then I get it, and upgrade a little.
Upgrade you.
All right, y'all. Well, let's
We're
get the
done.
fuck
Yeah.
out of here. Follow us,
Get outta here.
like, share, comment, subscribe at MACKDOWN Podcast as usual.
Yes.
Yes.
For all of us here at MACKDOWN Podcast, we out. I'm ringing this bell.
Do
Yes. Do it.
Bye.
Bye bye now.
Bye-bye.
Mike, I cannot believe you said the Yankees suck.
I can say it all the time. I'm not even a baseball fan. They haven't won a championship in how long? Since 2013 or some shit. It's been almost a decade.
It's a monopoly in baseball.
And they still can't win.
Aww.
Why don't they have Ohtani?
Why do they pay people so much to just
Dude, if we had a Tommy and Cole,
That'd be nice.
that would be very nice.
Hey, during fucking Seth's entrance or Seth and Cody's match, how many people you think really thought it was Undertaker coming out?
No fucking way.
Because all the lights went out. Like they had the pyro that went up, and then all the fucking lights went out. So
That's
I wonder
not
how
an
many.
Undertaker type entrance, though.
Yeah, it would have been.
Right?
It would have been the Fiend if anything. Anyway.
Oh God. How would you have felt if that would have been the
That
case?
I would have been so disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
If it was the Fiend.
Oh,
I wouldn't have been disappointed. I'd have been
What?
like, "What is going on?"
Like it'd be cool that Bray's back.
Yeah, but like, what is going on?
Well, they had Kim. They had. That's who he beat the fucking beat for the Universal title.
yeah.
Was Seth.
So why not come back and
Seth tried to murder him.
no, he's,
He really
done.
did. He took the weapons,
The toolbox
The toolbox.
and the
Yeah,
fucking-
he
yeah.
tried to kill him. I killed him. Bless you, specialist.
Something got in his nose tickles.
His nose. Something got in his nose tickles.
All right.
Did
I
he
believe it's so
strike him?
late.
Oh,
Sucks.
fuck.
Oh damn! They're at the bottom of the ninth too.
Down by one.
Damn. This is
He
it.
struck
bro.
him out too.
they're
Look at that.
gonna lose.
And that's why he shouldn't get paid as much money as he's gonna get paid.
But
Right
it
there.
doesn't matter.
That's a fucking straight up strike.
There's 10,000 teams. One season of baseball.
Come on, Judge. Yo, Stan. We're Stan. We just need. You know what the
One
crazy
out.
part? The crazy part is, we just need one runner on base and 2 hits and 2 singles.
Yeah,
Bro,
they
they've
can't
had
even
one
make it
runner
out.
on base like goddamn 8 times.
They just can't. They can't.
They got their closer in too. This motherfucker's like it. See that is my man right there. This is my guy.
Why is his name not on his jersey?
None of the Yankees.
Every time Stanton comes up to bat, you say that exact same thing every
I
time.
love him.
That's my man, right? You see
My
him?
man.
That's my man,
That's my
right?
guy
Fucking
right
there.
That's my guy.
Every single time he's on the fucking plate. Look at that. Hey,
That's him.
that's him. That's my man.
my guy.
Are you thinking about him in the shower too?
Oh, Thursday night.
It's okay,
My
AJ.
Thursdays are really busy, bro. Especially just the nighttime. I don't do nothing all day, but Thursday night.
Oh, got his ass.
Come on.
That's
on,
your boy.
Stan.
That's my boy
Put
right
fucking names on your jerseys, asshole, so I know who the fuck these people are.
Oh, God.
Is that
What
a
the
fart?
fuck was that?
Holy shit, that came through on the damn.
We heard
You
that.
should fucking maybe go upstairs next time or like in another room. Step into the bathroom with the fan.
Check your pants.
Yeah, check your pants, please. Did you record that?
It's on recording.
Oh shit!
That shit was like, like a fucking.
Oh damn!
Nuh-uh, can you smell it for real?
I can't smell shit.
No, it does smell like shit.